Brown.
It's your boy Van Deezy.
And we are the Upstate New York Knicks fans. Welcome to the Upstate New York Knicks podcast, where we give you the Knicks take north of Westchester. We are located and recording live from the 315, Syracuse, New York. We were both born in Brooklyn, New York. However, we're loving life up here in the Q's now. But you know how they say you could take us out the city, but the garden is in my heart forever.
And never.
This podcast is produced by Smooth Family Entertainment. Check us out on Twitter at Smooth Family ENT.
That's us.
Also, be sure to follow the pod Upstate_Knicks on social media, TikTok, Twitter, all that. And then be sure to follow both of us at MoBreezy213 and at FrostMonguru.
That's me.
This week was a bit, but we made it. Rough ending.
Oh, man.
That's for sure.
Fresh wounds.
So we recording this March 20th. So we are mere minutes away from the meltdown in the Garden versus Taurean Prince. I don't even know what team he plays for versus Minnesota. Mm-hmm. We just witnessed one of the epic failed jobs of the season. But
you guys know we are good for a great sell job, and we did not disappoint on recording day. What we do is that we give you guys the most disappointing losses you can experience. I would say, what are we? 2 and at least 14 on recording day.
I think we missed a couple because
we won Phoenix, and then the last one I think we won was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Tough.
I think we only got 2, to be honest.
But this loss sucked. Let's be very clear.
Bad.
However, the week didn't. The week felt good. Overall, this loss really puts like a rainy cloud on what would have been a great week.
Yep.
But should we go game by game or?
All right, let's start it off. So, fresh off the Lakers victory.
Yep.
Were we in LA or were they here? No, we were in LA.
Yeah, back to back. Yep. Needed that win.
We needed that win. It stopped a 3-game skid. Yes. This game going into Portland.
Yes.
First of all, we cooked them. I'm gonna just put that on the table.
Yes.
We cooked them.
That was the last game of the road trip.
Yeah. Dame, I'm sorry, King. I'm sorry.
He chose money.
He chose the grind.
Nah, he ain't choose the grind. He chose $60 million. I ain't giving him that narrative. He
chose the grind.
That man understands the salary cap like everybody else. That man is not trying to win.
He chose $60 million over a ring.
He chose.
I'm not gonna lie. Portland is some mid.
Yes.
Oh man, it's hard to see treating Damian Lillard like the mid team that he has, but I'm not gonna lie, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough. Dame don't play defense.
Nope. Simons don't play defense. Jeremy Grant, who does play defense, was not there. Tough.
So Yusuf Nurkic doesn't play defense. All offensive starting 5. Cam Reddish.
Yeah. I love Cam.
Love Cam. This was the return game. I thought Cam would try to cook us.
The opposite.
He did not cook us at all. He actually played terrible.
Horrible. The pressure got to him.
And anti-Cam Hive let him have it on Knicks Twitter.
Have it.
Oh, they gave it to him.
They could not.
I felt bad because I cannot actively root against my Knicks, but I love Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
And he did not show them why they shouldn't have traded. Like,
correct.
I thought he would. Gratefully, I thought he would play well, and he did not. Who did play well? His name is Josh Hart. AKA Josh Smart.
This is true. Very good.
He's so good at sport.
Game high plus minus high, Josh Hart, 20 plus 26. Game low, Cam Reddish, minus 27.
It was like, wow, what a trade.
I learned this on Twitter because Twitter was letting Cam have it.
They were mocking everything. All the Cam IG pages, they were getting all of the slander. Everybody was getting a Cam Reddish takes off.
Yes.
It was nasty. It was a nasty game in the Twitter sphere of Knicks Twitter, but I had to deal with the toxicity because we were cooking them.
Yes. Great game by us. So we had not the unicorn, but Guru and I, we both been saying that if all three of them get 20 points, if Jalen, Julius, and RJ gets you 20 points, we're tough to beat.
It's a chip.
We are very tough to beat.
It's a chip.
I want to know what our record is in those situations because I really do think it's like 10, 11, and 1 or something like that ratio. Because
I do think it is way more wins than losses.
Way more. But the problem is RJ be messing it up. But he did not this game. But yeah, overall good game. Julius, 24 points on 20 shots, ±+8. Held it down on the boards. Was it Josh? Somebody? Quickly almost had a triple-double.
Manuel Quickly.
And Josh, really, both of them. Everybody was on triple-double watch. But yeah, this was Quickly's last game as a starter. Went off looking good.
And he definitely played like it's time for like the 6th Man of the Year award is wrapped up. Yes. Give it to him.
Yes.
And also make sure you get him a nice old $20 million bag. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. You could pay your 6th man $20 million.
Yeah.
You could pay Evan Fournier $18 million to sit on the bench.
The hardest part of Quickly's contract negotiations is gonna be that RJ Barrett just got paid. Because that's where the discussions start. To me, if I'm Quickly, I'm sorry.
You starting at RJ Barrett?
I'm starting at RJ Barrett's numbers. That's where the discussions begin.
Yes.
Because Quickly has proven to be.
I have to look at RJ and be like, yo, RJ, you're my guy. But I think we're at the same level.
Yeah.
Minimum.
We are at least as good as you were last year. At least. I might be better.
I think Quickly gets his bread.
Yes.
And I mean, these games and this run of no Jalen proved it.
Yeah.
We had 3 rough games. We had 3 good games.
Yes.
And Quickly was him.
And honestly, like you say,
he was not the reason why we lost the games for sure.
That is true too. But moreover, we're gonna have to pay him because, like you say, the market is the market. If Quickly gets on the market will dictate his price.
If Quickly gets on the market, he's getting $25 million.
Yeah. Like if Anthony Simons got paid.
Let's not play this game and give him his bread right
Get my man paid. Because the market will definitely correct in his favor.
Yes.
But good win. So this win ended, what was this, Tuesday? Then we had like 4 days off.
Yes.
It felt like there was no game for mad long.
Yeah.
Like I was just watching mad other basketball.
And that made me nervous.
NCAA. Everything was happening but us playing. Till we got to Saturday afternoon, 1:00 start for no reason.
Why do they do these matinees
on a Saturday? Saturday afternoon.
I understand they trying to appeal to the family-friendly crowd, but 1 p.m. is nuts.
It's nuts for a Saturday. Nuts. 3 p.m. I don't like.
But I can get behind 3 p.m.
Yes.
It's like you should be up by 12 p.m. at least. And we've had worse matinees like the 12 p.m. Sunday matinee. I'd be like, what are we doing?
Got us waking up early on a Saturday to watch the Knicks. Like, what is this?
So full disclosure, I was down in New York. I was supposed to go to this game, but I sold.
Sales.
And I told my sister way too late. And then the tickets were entirely too much bread. And I was tight because I was watching it on my phone while I was at brunch. And we won. And I was so mad. I was like, I was loving brunch.
Enjoying life.
But I was like, damn, I would love to be at a Knicks game beating the number 1 seed in the West. So, yes, we did beat the number 1 seed in the West.
Yes.
I think this was the statement game of the season for us.
Yes.
I absolutely loved this win. I enjoyed every single moment of it. I felt like it gave all the elements of what we needed to do to survive in the playoffs.
Yes.
We definitely, we started off slow, but we didn't play in 4 days. So, I was able to, rationalize that in my head.
Yeah.
And we kept fighting back. I mean, we had great games from everybody, basically.
And got the 3.
I think the story of the game is my guy, Mitchell Stopperson, putting the absolute clamps on Nikola Jokic. Yeah. I was like, wow, king.
This was fresh off the slander too.
Yes, and he got 4 days of slander, mind you.
4 days.
He got 4 days of slander.
Because
he on Snapchat, angry. Angry. He was on Snapchat angry. He got 4 days of Knicks slander, and he came back and he clamped up the MVP candidate, Nikola Jokic. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Yes. It was great to see. So I wasn't able to watch this game in real time, so I ended up having to rewatch Knicks in 60. Had real life stuff happening on Saturday, but like you just see we never like gave up the momentum in the fourth quarter. And like even, they had to stop and then they ended up on a fast break with like Brunson to Mitch to like put it up 6. That's a moment where you could have saw Brunson, play it slow, let's wait it out. But he was like, nah, foot on the gas. Let's put the knife in the throat. And he went for the kill. And you like to see that. Like,
one thing I respected about Brunson is that Brunson, and he is him. Him is he. Him he is.
All NBA.
All NBA Brunson. He recognizes like when it's time to just like especially against the good teams, he's like, all right, we're not good enough to like dribble the clock out. So we're just going to keep scoring.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just keep trying to score. And if they score, we'll just score again.
Yes.
And that's just how we'll kind of play out the fourth. And a lot of sometimes it's a double-edged sword because sometimes our defense suffers, which was the case tonight. But sometimes, like the case on Saturday, it works. It's like, all right, they're the best team in the West. They're not a bad team. So they're going to score regardless if we play good defense or not. Let's just make it tough, but we definitely have to score.
Yes.
And if that means that it's going to be me, then it's going to be me.
Yeah.
And
absolutely. Well, like he reads the defense. He makes the smart decision. He's like, I'm not going to overthink this. If y'all don't want to, make this hard for me, I'm going to take the points. And if y'all do make this hard for me, I'm going to give it up. Like, we're just going to make the smart play. Honestly, him and Josh Hart, they have that where, like, they just make the smart play. And
Josh Hart is going to get paid, bro.
This is true.
I am fully committed to the Josh Hart, Emmanuel Quigley payment scale.
Honestly, that needs to be one of the topics.
Honestly, because I'm being so serious. Like, those two, like Josh Hart just comes through and gives you great minutes every game. Like I hate when me and Tibbs have things in common because I understand what Tibbs sees in this man. He's like, yo, I'm sorry.
He's giving me everything I need.
Everything I need.
He's playing
I'm literally
defense.
actually, Tibbs goes out to Josh Hart. I know Tibbs sits Josh Hart to the side. He goes, Josh. Josh comes in and be like, yo, Tibbs, what you need from me tonight? Tibbs goes, everything. He don't say nothing else. Give me everything.
All of it.
I need all of it. He's like, all of what? It.
Yes.
It. I need all of it.
Just like what you need. Passing? Yes. You need blocking? Yes. Steals? Yes. Transition defense? Yes. Transition offense? Yes. Just 3-point shooting?
Yes.
What do you need, coach? And Tibbs is just like, yes. And Josh delivers.
I can easily imagine if Tibbs could clone 3 Josh Harts and Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. He would run out Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and 3 versions of Josh Hart.
Calm.
I just know that it is hard.
Calm.
With Emmanuel Quigley off the bench.
Yes.
But yeah, like Josh Hart, 13, 8, and 5, like what I love about when I'm watching Josh Hart game is that I know he's impacting the game. Like it's so evident. He's out there fighting, even though the stats that don't show up on the stat sheet. It's like, yo, this man is diving. He's tipping balls to people that are getting the rebounds. Like, he's making the right pass. He's raking the pass to the pass.
Yes. Doggy assist.
Yeah, it always makes sense when he's on the court. It's hard to take him off.
Yeah,
it's hard to take him off.
It just gives you what you need on both sides of the court, and that was on display. That was on display in Denver. Great first game back for Brunson. Talked about it a little bit. I had to mention that. Little rust, like you said, the team hadn't played in a while.
He looked great though. He looked
that's what I was.
He looked like he got a nice little 2-week rest.
Yeah, that first quarter was exactly what you wanted to see from your player coming off injury, and like I said, kept foot in the throat. Any other storylines from this game? Like the statement game, that definitely.
My man Mitch locked up Nikola. Like that was a thing. You gotta give him his flowers for that. He locked him up.
Not many folks could do that.
That's not easy.
There's a reason my man is about to be a 3-time MVP. And it has nothing to do with race, according to Kendrick. He is that good at sport. But Denver Good win at home. So we feeling good going into Monday. Got Minnesota coming into town.
We find out that Ant-Man is not playing.
Early scratch.
It was
like noon, right?
Yep.
Noon, yeah.
It was about 4 o'clock.
About 4 o'clock? Okay.
I mean, Rudy was game time decision. He ended up playing.
Copy.
So, as you guys know, we lost this game.
Yep.
But we did witness one of the great Knicks performances
of all time,
which made losing this game
even
much worse.
Even worse. We got all of Julius Randle tonight.
Oh, yeah, we got every version of it.
Julius Curry.
Steph Julius. Your man Steph Julius Randle came through. Steph Julius Randle came out. LeBronius.
AKA Dunkman Randle.
Dunkman Randle. LeBronius Randle James came out.
Oh, man. Julius Bryant. Obviously. Legendary performance. I gotta give him flowers.
Julius definitely was there.
57 points on, what was it, 24 shots? 29 shots.
29 shots.
8 threes made. Hit his free throws.
To put it quite frank, he was cooking.
He was cooking.
Let me say this. Let me preface this to say this. He was cooking.
Yes.
This was the Taurean Prince game.
Oh, come.
This was the Taurean Prince game.
Come.
I do not understand.
They won.
They won the game.
We didn't lose
legitimately.
This game.
They won the game.
It. Yeah.
It's so hard to be mad at this loss.
Yeah.
And it literally has all the elements of a very bad loss.
Yes.
Every single element of the very bad loss it had, the star player is out. We did not play defense.
Random stretch 4.
Random stretch 4 cooking us. And I find myself not so mad at this game because they just beat us. And it was so nasty to watch because you were watching Julius Randle give us this all-time performance.
Yeah.
He hit the step back 3 on Nas Reed for the 51, for the 50 burger for the 51, and we were down 8. And I was like, this feels like a sale. Because why is Julius Randle have 51 points in 3 quarters? Because no one else is cooking. And the crazy thing is that the game felt like people were cooking, but we really just, everybody was playing great offense. No one was playing defense.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say, and to be honest, it made no sense for either team. You got Rudy Gobert on the other side. You got Mitchell Robinson on the other side.
Yeah.
And no one can guard the paint. You got 4, we have 4 capable defenders, and no one could guard the 3.
Yeah. Although we can't guard the 3. I don't know what that's about.
No, that is a choice.
It's like our Achilles heel.
I need you to remember that is a choice made by the maniac Tom Thibodeau to play drop coverage.
We're gonna keep letting them shoot. Although I will say the Taurean Prince shots. So granted, we can't guard stretch
Taurean
fours.
Prince, 35 points.
We've been saying this.
8 for 8
any stretch
from 3
versus us. Take the over on if you got a stretch 4 of Porzingis. To anybody who could shoot, minivan, anybody that's a big that could shoot, playing us, take the over on 3-pointers made. And attempted, if we're being honest, because they're going to get some shots. He didn't miss any of them.
He missed not one.
He made 8 of 8.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It was really nasty. But honestly, you said everything I want to say where it's like, you can't get mad at Taurean Prince shooting 8 for 8. Because honestly, I don't mind Taurean Prince shooting 8 3-pointers. I'm usually going to win that. That's usually going to go heavily in my favor.
9 times out of 10, we win this game. 9 times
comfortably, too. Like, Taurean Prince probably
was just a great shooting night.
Maybe hits 3 of those.
I felt like that was just a great shooting night from all of them, and we just could not get it locked in defensively. We just couldn't. I don't really understand why not. I felt like we were giving solid effort. They were just hitting shots, and they were hitting tough shots.
Yes.
In the paint. Jordan Norwell was making Kobe shots, fading away in the paint. I was like, who are you? Who are you? It was nuts to watch. You got, I think, you and McLaughlin. Everybody slow-mo was cooking. Like
that's what killed me down the stretch. That's really the only thing that, like, bad takeaway from this game was we couldn't get a rebound down the stretch. And I hate that. Like, that's so fundamental basketball. And honestly, I kind of put that on the maniac. He went with Hart to close it out. And I get why Hart was playing good, but
I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
I ain't want to say it, but since you said it, I would have. Once Gobert came back in the game,
I was bringing Mitch back.
You was doing it the whole game.
Yeah,
he was doing it the whole game, and it was working.
Yes,
it felt like they decided they was going into the paint. We was up 5. Perfect time to put Mitch back in the game. Let's finish this.
Get some stops, get some boards, close it out. But no,
that was tough.
Thomas declined, and I'm not going to go and say that cost us the game, but I do like our chances more going down the stretch, just in that there were 2 possessions where we needed rebounds and we did not get them.
And Mitch had 9 rebounds.
In 28 minutes. That's, below what he's supposed to get. He's our starting 5. He's supposed to break 30. And I'm not mad at it, though, because Hart was playing good. I get what Tibbs saw in that moment. I would not have went with that. I would have sat him, but
I said this though.
He didn't.
I said this though. Like Tibbs, when Hart did his thing during the run that Mitch was out, he earned Tibbs' trust, and Tibbs is gonna go with Hart down the stretch sometimes over Mitch. It's really like it feels like he's just feeling it out. Honestly, he's been going with Hart more often than Mitch recently. And I don't really know why, to be honest. It's been working, but I don't really know his thought process to that, because I feel like Mitch would do what Hart is doing at a higher level, to be honest.
I've learned not to question Tibbs.
Yeah, it's hard to question him after
it be working.
Because whatever he does, voodoo magic he be doing, it be working. So
yes, easy enough. Tough loss. 2-1 week though.
I hate it this week.
I take it.
Hate this week. I like this week. I hated this loss.
I hated this loss. If we won this game, I would be feeling great. This would be a turned up podcast. Yes. I still feel very good about us. Let's be clear.
Yes.
I think this game was an outlier. I think if we play this game 30 more times, we win all 30.
Yes.
Because in none of those games, Taurean Prince would shoot like that.
Because he is not cold.
He's not him. Not that good. But we lost it. And that's what it is. The NBA, anybody could beat you. 2-1 week. So what do we have? 42 and 31?
Yes.
So what that gives us? 11 to go. How we feeling?
We got 9 to go.
9 to go? Oh, my math is not mathing. Sorry.
We got 9 to go. 73 games.
73. Yep. 73, 82, 9. My fault, y'all. I'm not good with math.
Games to go.
How you feeling down the stretch? Still confident?
I'm feeling confident. I think that we need to brush up on. I feel like we got a good enough schedule where I don't feel like we will lax off. Like we played Miami twice, we played Cleveland again, we played the Pacers and they some bums.
Like
twice.
These are important seating games.
Yeah, the Pelicans are gonna play because they're gonna be in playoff position. So it's gonna give us a nice little litmus test on what we're gonna look like going into our first round series.
Yeah.
And I like that. I want us to be able to keep up the level of intensity, because I feel like if we lax, we're gonna sell.
Yeah. We gotta go in strong. But then I don't know, because going in what was that, 21, we had that crazy win streak the last 10 games, and then we absolutely sold.
Yes.
Playoffs, totally sold. Frank Ntilikina letting Trae Young go right. Aggressively nasty. I'll never forget that. However, I'm with you. I'm still feeling good. So I think we're in a good spot at 5th. So y'all know I want to finish 5th. I want game 1 on the road versus whoever. I just want it on the road, not at home. But I want Cleveland, obviously. So they're stopped selling. So they started winning again. So they got 3 games on us now. So we can still catch them. Like we said, 9 games to go. But it's looking less likely. I'm more worried about Brooklyn catching us than I am of us catching Cleveland.
Yep.
And we're in a good spot because it appears Brooklyn and Miami both want to sell as well. So
they're having a sell-off.
Sell-off. And we are the winners. So we just can't win the sell-off, basically. We don't need to be the best team going down the stretch. We just need to not win the sell-off. Because I'm confident that, if we got Cleveland in the first round, I like our chances. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. 9 games to go. We'll see. We already beat my season prediction. I had us at 41 wins.
You did.
We went over.
We may not be. We are no longer aggressively mid.
We are not. We are above 500. Thoroughly
above 500.
Super nasty. But yeah. So a couple topics this week stood out for me. So biggest one was Jalen Brunson back. It was good seeing him come back. I mentioned that first quarter he had.
He is him.
I think that if we're doing anything in the playoffs, it's going to be because Jalen Brunson was a catalyst, so it was good to see him healthy. A part of me is worried about Julius with fatigue. He has not missed a game this year, and he has been aggressively carrying us some of these games, especially when Brunson was out. But, getting down the stretch, this is the time when, you want to get in shape. You want everybody to get their rhythm. You want folks to know, what their minutes are going to be, who they're going to play with. So it's good to see Brunson back. Now we get to establish that. But now we got to, win games. Like you said, some big games coming up. What are your thoughts?
Good to see him back. He is him. Him is he.
Him is he. All NBA.
Yes, all NBA Brunson. Y'all know he's my favorite Knicks player.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, was glad I wanted him to take off the 2 weeks. I thought he would come. I think I said last podcast, I thought he would come back on for the Denver game, and I was glad he did. He took off the Portland game. And Jalen Brunson is the difference between my irrational confidence with us winning a first round series and my irrational confidence with us winning the freaking title. I'm not gonna lie to you,
legit.
I sound nuts, but I believe that he is the key. And I think that we're probably like one more piece away, but I am feeling, no lie, I'm feeling like a very best case scenario, we're walking away in the Eastern Conference. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I think we could break that way. I think that I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen Trae Young beat the 1 seed as a 5 seed, and go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think that's out of the realm for us.
Facts.
And I think we have, especially we have Julius, who has decided to become him
to be
recently,
all NBA.
But I'm hoping that he's learned from 2021 and 2022 to prepare for this playoffs. It's a couple of things. He's arguing a lot more. I wish he would kind of chill out. He's been talking about he's been doing a lot more meditation. So I need him to hit the meditation a little bit harder because he's been tweaking a little lately with arguing. But I think just getting ready for the playoffs, that's the biggest thing I want. And I think Jalen and Julius being of sound body and mind is imperative.
Yes, sir.
To us getting.
Succeed. Are you reading anything in the Mitchell Robinson? You think that frustration gonna boil over in the playoffs? Or
I think that, so as you guys know, Mitch got some slander on Knicks Twitter
on Snapchat
because he wanted to be on Snapchat talking about how he's mad. He's frustrated.
He just doing cardio. He just running up and down the court.
And he mad about that. And Mitch, I love you, bro. I really do. I think I've seen this team without Mitch, and I never want to see it again.
Never, ever.
So I need you to stay motivated. And I'm oppressed for Mitch sometimes too, but sometimes he just don't got no moves, bro. Yeah. I just need for me to thoroughly advocate for Mitch got to give me one move, bro. He got to give me one move. If he do one move, if he do it consistently, a little jump hook or something like that, I could get jiggy with that. Yo, you got to give Mitch one touch. Just give him one.
Yeah.
Just give him one. But sometimes, he bring the ball low. It's bro, you're 7 feet tall. Keep the ball high, bro.
Legit. Just stop doing stupid
things like that.
Yes.
Then I will get you the ball. That's how, I feel like that's contingent. I feel like what Mitch's frustration is contingent to the fact that he has to, be a little bit more conscious of the ball IQ, bro. Bro, you're big, keep the ball high.
Yep.
You're going to get 10 points off rebounds if you keep the ball high. Do not bring the ball on the ground. Don't dribble. I don't want you to dribble. Why do you need to dribble? You're not in the post. If you're getting an offensive rebound, why are you bringing the ball down? Dunk on their head, bro.
Go right up.
Yes.
You're either going to dunk it or get fouled. Only good things.
And I just think Mitch needs to understand as well. Like, the role is the role right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how are we getting you touches in March, bro? Like, it's March.
Yeah.
We are prepared for the playoffs.
Like, we're going to run with this lineup. We're going to run with this game plan because it has been working soundly.
It got us to 42 wins.
42 wins with 9 to go. Like, we're gonna play this out. We're gonna see how this works. Only thing I get what Mitch is saying. However, I have seen us early in the year try to go to it, and it just was not successful. But I think because we run a lot of pick and roll, everybody in the NBA do, but we run a lot of pick and roll, and because Mitch can't shoot at all, they just switch it. Like, they literally just switch it. The big will guard Jalen, and in those situations, when you have, some point guard, you got who was it for Denver? Jamal Murray guarding you. I want you to be able to put him on your hip, drop step, and get fouled.
Freaking dunk on his beam, bro. That's all you need. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the crazy thing about it. Because if you put Mitch in a pick and roll, he switched it. They have to switch the big.
They have to.
And he literally drops the point guard into oblivion. He will get 8 points.
8
just
points.
like that.
Just
8 points like that. And I'm giving you the ball every time.
Yeah.
I'm the point guard. If I'm the point guard, and Jalen Brunson is a very smart point guard.
Very smart.
He's going to look at that matchup and say, oh, Mitch is out here dogging him.
It's a win-win.
Let me just give him the ball. But you got to show that you're capable. Bro. That's all I need. You need capability. You cannot put the ball on the ground and the point guard is coming and stripping the ball. As a former big man, I'm letting you know that is just not what they want you to do.
They don't like that.
I can hear my coach Lee yelling at me like, do not put the freaking ball on the ground, because they are going to literally swipe at the ball. They are faster than you. They are annoyingly, and they're smaller than you, and they're faster than you. Keep the ball high. You're taller than them. Use your physical advantage of being taller.
Yes.
That's all you have to do.
Closer to the rim.
Being tall got Rudy Gobert $200 million.
$200.
And they are regretting it ever since.
This is true. No one will ever give anybody.
But he got it. Because he was tall. And he understood what it meant to be tall.
He said, all I got to do is get this board and give it to number 45.
And I'm going to average 20 boards a game.
And I'm going to get paid. And he did that. And that could be you with Jalen Brunson. However, stop complaining. I'm also not reading into it. Mitch emotional. So we got a lot of emotional players on the Knicks.
Yes.
And I've grown to accept it.
Yeah.
Like, it's who we are. It's our character. We got Julius. Got RJ Moody a little bit. Like, this is who we are, and I'm okay with it. Like, my thing is, don't
New York
let it,
is doing it to them.
Yeah, honestly, that's really what it is. You play in New York, like, your every movement is gonna be monitored.
Yes,
if you in the timeout and you got your head down when the coach is talking and you not looking at the playbook, that's news. That's news. Like, that's just the environment we're in. However, I think that for the most part they've handled it well, and I think going down the stretch, that it's gonna be tested. But I think that overall, just as long as we keep playing good, it won't be a problem. If it starts bleeding into the play, then it will be. But I digress. What else? A little bit outside of us, but relating to us, it came out that Cleveland is absolutely ducking smoke.
Ducking.
They want New Jersey.
Affleck.
Can we talk about how nasty that is?
Disgusting.
They traded multiple firsts and an all-star to duck smoke. To duck the Knicks. That's crazy to me. That is out of control, absurd to me that they really mortgaged their future. They went out and got the superstar, rabble. They did all that. And now they're avoiding the Knicks, or it came out that they want to play New Jersey. But honestly, I think that's worse, because that really means that once they play a competitive team, they expect them to lose. So mortgaging your future for a second-round exit is absurd.
Nasty.
Nasty work. Y'all supposed to be thinking championship. Y'all supposed to be thinking championship this year, next year, and every year, as long as Mitchell was under contract. And y'all just want to play New Jersey.
Okay. So I'm gonna read the official thing. So it's from Cleveland reporter Chris Fedor.
Let's hear it. What did Chris have to say?
Multiple people I've spoken to. He's a Cleveland reporter now. So
this is his job.
This is his job to report.
On Cleveland.
It's
$14 tickets and all.
The Cavaliers, the Browns.
Yes.
The baseball team. I forgot the name of the baseball team. But that's what he said. He said multiple people he's spoken to. So yes. I have to assume he's spoken to multiple people. Mm-hmm. I'm privately hoping for a Brooklyn matchup. The Nets would be Cleveland's easiest path out of round one.
Nasty.
So what am I to infer from this, Mo Breezy? What am I to infer from this? Am I to infer that the New York Knicks are the hardest path out of round one?
I believe that. It sounds like a more difficult path. Yes, it sounds like they are absolutely ducking smoke. That's the inference I came up with when I read it. I didn't hear nothing else. I didn't hear anything. Because if you think about it, so they're in the 4th seed, right? If you look at the 4th seed, they're going to play the 5th seed or they're going to play the 4th seed because they're the 4th seed. So the only teams that really they could end up playing are Philly, the New York Knicks, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Miami Heat. In a amazing world that is not the one we're in, Atlanta could go on like an 8-game run and maybe catch 5th. Not happening. So it's really 3 teams. Miami, New Jersey, and New York. And they're saying they want Brooklyn. They want New Jersey, which is absolutely disgusting.
That's gross.
They should want to play anybody. They should really feel like if anybody comes through the door, that team could get got in 7. Because you know how I feel as a Knicks fan?
That any team that comes through the door.
Any team come through that door could get got in 7. Anybody in the league. In the sport. The only one that's going to 7 is Milwaukee. Everybody else is getting 6 or less.
That's what you said.
That's how I feel now in my heart. Passionately. If we play Philly in the first round, I got us in 6. If we play Boston in the first round, by some miracle, we fall into the play-in and we win the play-in, we got the 7th seed, I like our chances.
And you still got
us in 6. Brunson healthy? Is Brunson healthy?
Yes.
If Brunson is healthy, yes, us in 6. Yes. Brunson, Hart, Randle? I got Hart and Randle?
Yes.
If I got Hart, Randle, and 2 of the following 3, so Brunson, Hart, Randle,
yes.
And then give me 2 of RJ, Quickly, and Grimes.
Yes.
I like my chances. I like my chances. But Cleveland don't feel that way. And I think that's mid. And it speaks to where their front office, where they are as an organization. Because as an organization...
They're not tough.
1, they not tough. They soft. 2, when you make a trade for a player like Donovan Mitchell, that's the last piece. That's like when the Lakers went and got Anthony Davis, when the Clippers went and got, Paul George. That's like one of those moves where it's like, all right, we have the team.
The contender move?
The contender move. That's the like, okay, let's go out and finish the deal.
To duck smoke as a contender?
Nasty work. It's nasty work.
It's atrocious. It's actually atrocious work.
It's nasty work.
I can't believe they they let this man put this out there.
Legit.
I'm sorry.
I would have refuted this.
I
would have refuted this.
I'd have refuted this.
So aggressively.
Oh man.
You could not have gotten this out of me.
I would have put a statement out. I am actively not ducking smoke.
We want Milwaukee. I couldn't let this get out. I could not. That
is nuts, bro.
It's extra nasty because if they do get Brooklyn,
yes,
and then Brooklyn send them,
oh, that's
this slander will be endless. Y'all wanted this. Because I wouldn't rule that out because they submit. However, the real storyline is that they are ducking smoke. Whether or not they are good is not as important as the fact that they are aggressively avoiding conflict, which is not what you want out of a championship contender.
That makes me so much more confident. So sorry.
Legit, though.
That's nasty. You're not supposed to duck smoke like this. You're not supposed to have them actively admit that you ducking smoke.
Yeah, I can't come out. It cannot. I do want the record to show that I've been calling for Cleveland ever since I witnessed San Quentin Penitentiary.
You have.
Ever since the day it opened up. I want to say, who was it? DeMar DeRozan was the first?
He was.
Way back. Ever since that moment, I was like, oh, we got one of those. We got 3 now. we got
just acquired
3
more. We just acquired more of those.
We have more
of wardens.
Wardens. We are aggressively going to lock up Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to make a lot of money taking the under.
Taking the under on Donovan Mitchell all series?
I'm going to drive to Cleveland for game 1, watch the game for $36.
and 42 cents.
And watch Donovan Mitchell go to jail. He will not pass go. He will not collect $200.
He will not land in free parking.
He will not land in free parking. He will shoot 8 for 27 with 22 points. And Quentin Grimes will be 2 for 2 with 6 points and a plus minus of plus 30. Throw that man into hell. And I can't wait. Oh, man. Is it time?
It is time.
It is time for the Rowan Report.
The Rowan Report.
It is I, Mo Brown, RJ Barrett's #1 fan by virtue of latitude. I am closest to Canada, therefore I win. I've been watching RJ Barrett for a while now, since the U17 when he gave America the chips, and it was at that moment that I realized this kid is the one. I watched him through Duke. I watched him do great things in the NCAA tournament before ultimately selling me and my bet at that time. However, I saw enough. I saw enough that when the Knicks lost, quote unquote, the draft lottery, I knew we won. I knew we would not get the Super Crip, and I knew we would not get the man who literally blew his shoes up. I don't know why that wasn't a bigger red flag for the league. Like, I really blew through some Nikes. It was at that moment that I knew his top half was too powerful for his lower half, and he was gonna have injuries. And I was like, RJ is the one. This week, 3 games. 3 solid games. I am very proud of the effort RJ gave us for these 3 games. So most importantly, he was not an absolute lick on defense, which is great to see.
Improvement.
Great improvement. I will say it helps when you're going against Matisse Thybulle and just not good wing players. When Cam Reddish is 1 for 6. However, he was not at all abused on defense. Pretty efficient on offense. Tibbs even said it that, he stopped settling for the jump shot, started getting in the paint. My man is a driver and he drove. So I'll go game by game. So Portland, first game, 22 points on 13 shots, 5 boards, no assists, no steals, but 3 blocks. That's more evidence that he was not an absolute lick on defense. Boy was getting his hands up. Plus minus plus 8. Affected winning. Just a good game. Kept his head up. The assist was 0, but the turnovers being 2 tells me he wasn't doing stupid things. He gets to the chip. When he gets to the basket, he's one of the better players in the sport. He's good at finishing around the rim. Even though Stephen A. Smith doesn't watch the games, ones that do watch the game know he can finish with both hands. He prefers to finish with his left because he is left-handed. That is how human bodies work. However, he can finish with his right, and he does it when they overplay the left, which is what you're supposed to do if you're a driver. But yeah, great game versus Portland. I'll move through to Denver. Another good game. He didn't close, though. I don't think, nobody really closed versus Portland. He was punching them out. But down the stretch, we went with Quickly and Hart because they had the hot hand, which is what you should do if you're a good coach. But it was still a good game by RJ. I feel like it's weird where, to start the game, RJ is the starter and Josh Hart's the 6th man. But down the stretch, Josh Hart is the starter and RJ is the 6th man. And, that 6th-man role for RJ, I think, is a much better fit. He gets to play the beginning of the 4th quarter instead of the end. And the beginning of the 4th quarter, you're getting, you're getting the backups. You're getting the people that aren't there yet. And that's a unit he can thrive with. And thrive. I don't care when the points come. If you can get efficient shots up, those points at the beginning of the quarter worth just as much as the points at the end. And he's, settling into that role. Another game, 13 shots, 21 points this time, but plus minus plus 13. 4 boards, 2 assists, 0 turnovers. That was actually the stat that stood out for me. 0 for 3 from 3, but I'll take only 3 threes, especially if you're going to give me 0 turnovers. RJ with 0 turnovers, I take that any day of the week. We usually win that game. Unfortunately, RJ's carelessness with the basketball has cost us plenty of games. So if he can just tone that down, we're really hard to beat. This was the statement win. And honestly, RJ's performance was one of the reasons this was a statement win. When RJ plays good, he doesn't even have to play great. He doesn't need to be a world beater. If RJ is good and everything else is normal, we usually win that game.
Yes.
And he's good. And he's been good a couple games now. And going into the playoffs, I need RJ in that mindset. RJ doesn't need to come in thinking like, okay, I got to be a world beater. I got to be great for us to thrive. He just needs to know, like, I just need to not be a bum. As long as I'm not a bum, we got a good chance to thrive.
We got a great chance as long as you're not a bum.
Just don't be a bum. We're not asking for much. Just don't be an absolute bum. And he's been delivering. And this was another game that showed it. Plus minus plus 13. Then the last game. So this is a weird game as far as stats, because the only stat that really stands out if you watch the game from like a basketball pure perspective is that Taurean Prince shot 8 for 8 from 3. And that stands out so much that all of the other stats don't really make sense, because Taurean Prince had a plus minus of plus 28 in a game they won by 6.
It's nuts, bro. It's nuts.
He wasn't that good. It's just he didn't miss. And you're going to get a lot of shots as a stretch 4 versus the Knicks. You're not usually going to hit 8 of them, all 8. But he did. And it threw everything else kind of off. But I'll go through. It's only 13 points, only 8 shots, 2 boards, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, and they did cost. That's the game, really. Honestly, it sucks because the only stat that really matters in this game, like I said, it's Taurean Prince, 8 for 8. Like, there's really nothing you can do about that. But Julius did his part and then some. Brunson did his part and then some. And RJ didn't. So he lost a lot of minutes. Hart did play a lot of minutes. Quickly did play a lot of minutes. They had something going there for a bit. And that probably factored in. But at the same time, you know, if you're turning the ball over, if you're not getting to the rim at the rate you need to be as RJ, it just affects how we have to play. It just changes the game for us. And I don't think RJ's performance was the reason we lost. It was Taurean Prince being the hottest shooter in the history of the NBA. However, if we are to overcome anomaly games like this one, we need everybody on their A game. And this was a C game from RJ. And because we got the C game, we lost. And, you know, there's a lot of other things went into it, you know. Mitch not playing down the stretch. All the stuff we talked about matters, but like this Minnesota team that we got today, this is a team we're going to play in the playoffs. Maybe not versus Cleveland, but versus Philly. We're going to get games where, you know, James Harden just can't miss and, you know, some anomaly happens and we can still win those games so long as everybody is on their P's and Q's. And tonight they weren't. We weren't. And we lost. And, you know, that's how it be sometimes. Overall, solid week from RJ. I'm giving him a B+. This was his best week in a minute. The offensive numbers was mid, but he wasn't an absolute lick on defense. And him being not an absolute lick on defense is huge for us. We're a lot tougher to play when RJ decides to play defense those 4 times a month. So we need those times to be more consistent. And, you know, it'll lead to a lot of success in the playoffs. But, yeah, I'm going B+.
Yeah, I thought it was a good week for Rowan, besides the nut shooting numbers.
That's a given.
27 shots. My God. No, 29 shots. I don't know. He shot a lot of shots. But, yeah, I thought he was a part of 2 good wins. especially the Denver game. I thought he was an active participant, and I like when RJ is an active participant. That makes sense to me because he is making over $100 million.
A lot of money.
So because he's making over $100 million, I feel like he should be an active participant every night. With that being said, the team, like I said last week, has been doing a great job of masking the midness that can be RJ Barrett at times, but he's been having a decent stretch scoring-wise, even though RJ stands have been putting that out there, but he's also been not shooting efficiently. So,
chill. I thought it was efficient this week. Leave my guy alone. This week he was solid. This week
this was a solid week. But that's what I'm saying. This is a solid week, and as you guys know, it's fluid with RJ. Man, he's rowing. Yeah. At this point, I feel like you're gonna get what you get. Until he gets more consistent with his shot making. And we got to take the good with the bad. And I felt like this was a better week than worse week. Even the Minnesota game, I didn't feel like it was entirely his fault that he had 13 points. He was just in the midst of one of the greatest shooting performances in Knicks history. It's kind of like, are you going to be a nut? Like, are you going to be Russell Westbrook when Braun is trying to break the scoring record? You out here trying to get 30 points? You kind of just have to sit back and support the role.
Yes.
I kind of wish that, you know, the Maniac would have ran some plays for him in the Minnesota game because he was also in a good rhythm. But you know, that's neither here nor there now. I will say that I am liking what I'm seeing from Rowan for the most part in the limited time, especially tonight. He's looking like he's getting more comfortable. And I've said this since episode 1. RJ Barrett is the X factor.
Yep.
Josh Hart coming here did not change that opinion for me.
Yeah.
I think Josh Hart is a given now. He's gonna get you what you need.
Josh Hart is a third star.
Yeah.
Like the X factor before, it was like, okay, if RJ's a bum, you know, we're a playing team. But if he's good, we might could, you know, be the 5th seed, be the 6th seed. Now the whole window has changed because Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Now it's like if RJ's a bum, we lose in the first round. But if RJ is good,
we
might be the champs of the sport.
And that's what I just need. That's my plea to RJ. Just get in rhythm, man. There's 9 games left. We want the 5th seed, but I would prefer a team in rhythm going into the playoffs to play anybody. Because like you said, I'm not scared of nobody, honestly, except maybe Milwaukee. And that's just because they have a great all-around team.
Yeah.
Everybody else on every team I know is flawed.
Yes.
So I just want us in rhythm. And we're flawed too. So that's not to say that we're not flawed, but we also have a lot of things that can cover up our deficiencies. And that comes from just being intelligent. And we got 2 Villanova Wildcats on our team, apparently.
Yes.
And RJ, you are the X factor. Get in shape. I'm gonna give you a B+ as well. Thought it was a good week for you. We need to string together some good weeks because I would feel much more comfortable with 3 good RJ weeks going into the postseason, as opposed to 1 very okay RJ week going into the postseason, because we're gonna need him to guard
James Butler tomorrow, 2 days, whenever, soon. When you were saying it, how he's the X factor, it made me think about. So you remember the 2015 Warriors, the first championship?
Harrison Barnes.
Somewhat Harrison Barnes, but in the finals, Andre Iguodala. How Andre Iguodala, he just did everything right that finals. Like he just, you know, he's right place, making right shots. Like that's kind of the role where RJ is. Our Harrison Barnes is Josh Hart. He's our third star. He's our other guy.
They got Harrison Barnes $100 million. I'll never forget. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson got Harrison Barnes $100 million. I was like, wow.
I mean, let's be clear. If we win a tip, Josh Hart getting $100 million. He has to. How could you not? How could you not? How could you not?
You're not going to get no qualms from me, sir.
You got to pay
from me.
However, that's a ways away. I say that to say, RJ, embrace your role as the X Factor. You could thrive in that role. And that's okay. But, yeah. So where we at? Previews.
It's time for the previews.
The previews. So
boy.
We in Florida.
So like you said, 2-game road trip.
Yep.
We are playing, starting off at Miami, beat the Heat. Beat the Heat.
I'm not going to say must win, but I'm going to say must win.
It's definitely a must win because we lost today.
Because we lost today and because we get Orlando on the second of the back-to-back.
Yes.
I think that's a bad combo because
they're younger.
And
they're going to run.
And this is circled on their schedule.
Yeah.
Because the last time we played them in Orlando, we had a home game. And for young team, I know that they remember that. And honestly, it's going to be another home game. Let's be clear. And I think they know that. And it's just the Miami game is going to be such high stakes. You know, Julius shot them into oblivion last time. And I know they didn't forget that. And they really want that game. And that's why we have to win it. We win that game and we let them know the 5th seed is ours.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Y'all better go fight with New Jersey.
Yeah. Yes.
Y'all better go fight with New Jersey.
And that's why we must win this game.
Yeah. So this game is a must win to me. Like I said, just because we lost the Minnesota game, I feel like the Minnesota game is going to give us a lot of high emotions. We got to bring them emotions down.
Yep.
Refocus, get ready for this game. I think we're going to come out flat in the first. I'm just going to call it.
Really?
I think we're going to come out flat in the first. Just because the stakes of this game, like how we just played it, it was bad offensively. I mean, defensively, it was great offensively.
Yeah.
But I do think we come back.
Points.
I do think we come back, and because I think we just match up well with them. I think Mitch is a good matchup for Bam.
Yeah.
I think Julius is a good matchup for Jimmy. And James G, that's my guy. I tell you that all the time. But Quentin Grimes is gonna have that man in jail. Once again, I'm gonna have him in jail. I feel like this is the Tibbs telling Quentin, all right, brother, you better stretch. You about to play 24. You about to play at least 28 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
To get ready to run on Jimmy. Yeah, I just think we match up well on him. I know you have Tyler Hero disdain.
Some mid. I just need him to be better at the sport. For all the credit they give that man, be better.
He's not good enough for you at the sport.
He's not good enough at the sport for how they treat him. He's a lick on defense.
They gave that man $120 million.
Give him $120 million to play one side of the ball. Okay.
And not start.
Nasty work. But yeah, so I have us winning this game. Take the over on Kevin Love. 3-pointers made.
You got to take the over on Kevin Love.
Take that right away. Smash that. Take that free money. Take that free money. I don't know if it's going to be 3.5 or 2.5, but whatever it is, take the over. Take the money. However, for the same reason we beat them the last 2 times, I just think down the stretch, they don't match up well with us in that we want to give the ball to Jalen Brunson, and they have no one who can stop him.
Yeah.
And down the stretch, that really matters. You can put Jimmy on Julius, and sometimes even that don't work. My boy shot y'all into oblivion.
You sure did.
However, down the stretch, what we want to do when we're slowing the game down, we're doing it so that we can get Brunson one-on-one versus somebody, and then if the help comes, we trust that he's not going to be a mop. You know, he's going to make the right play.
Yes.
And
hopefully.
It's been happening.
Hopefully.
It's most of the time.
Yes.
That's been working out. So if it's a close game, I like us.
I agree.
If it slows down, I like Mitch versus Bam. I like Quentin versus Jimmy. I like Tyler Hero versus anyone because he is submit whoever's guarding him, whether it's Josh, RJ, even if it's Jalen, I like our chances. But, you know, we got to come out to play. Like you said, if we come out flat, I think it's going to be tough for us to come back. They're going to play defense. I'm actually opposite you. I also have us winning, but I actually don't have us coming out flat. I actually have us coming out really hot and then playing with the lead the whole game. I just think that Julius's red hotness, I don't think he's going to go from red hot to ice cold. Could happen. Let's be clear. This is Julius Randle. We never know.
We know that there are so many versions of him.
So many. And I would not be shocked if he came out shooting over 8 in the first quarter. However, I think he's going to continue the hot shooting.
Yes.
And the defense is just going to get better. Like, we scored 134 points tonight. Like, we did the job on the offense.
Offense was here.
We just
efficient. We're the 5th best offense in the NBA.
Taurean Prince.
The all ISO offense.
The all ISO
curated
offense.
by one Tomas Thibodeau. Is 5th in the NBA in offense.
He's revolutionizing basketball.
Wow.
He is. He turned...
Carmelo would have loved it. Yeah.
Carmelo would have loved tips. I ain't gonna hold you. If you put Carmelo in the tip system, Carmelo is the most valuable player in the NBA. Prime Carmelo would have averaged 40, 39. He would have scored so many points. Every single possession, catching it around the free throw line extended, jab, jab.
Jab, jab, pull up. Oh, that brother would have had 40.
He would have had a field day of buckets. However, I still like our chances in the all ISO offense versus Miami. I just think we're a better team than them. It's really that simple. When you look at it 1-9, I think it's Jimmy is close with Julius. Jimmy, Bam, Julius, Brunson, wherever you want to put him.
Kyle Lowry is submit now.
Kyle Lowry submit. Once we 1-2 competitive, 3 on down, I got us. I got Hard over Hero. I got everybody else. Our version is better than their version. Yeah. Just after 1-2. And 1-2 is tied. So because I think we're just an overall better team, then we should win this game. That's pretty much all I got. What else you got on this game? Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's all I got. I think we should win this game.
Orlando, second night of a back-to-back.
So I'm on the fence with this game because, like you said, I think Orlando is young. I like Orlando. I said it last time we played them. Paolo, it's him. He's good.
This is true.
I like his game. Reminds me of a young Denver Melo, and Denver Melo was
the goods.
He was the one.
People forget Melo was jumping.
Yeah, he was booming.
Like when Melo was booming it was really OD. And that's Paolo.
I like Paolo Banchero a lot.
Yeah. The boy could hoop.
I think that they fighting for a playing spot. They probably not gonna make it, but they young and dumb enough to think that they could win out.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's the type of energy we don't necessarily
need.
We
need to avoid that.
We need to avoid that at all costs. And I think this has the potential to be a slippage game just because it's on the second night of a back-to-back and we're going to be playing a must-win game literally the night before.
Yeah.
And because I think we'll win that game. I think I don't want to say this affords us some leeway to lose this game, but I think if we lose this game, I won't feel as bad about it, but I want us to win this game, so I'm going to pick us to win this game.
Yes.
Just because they're young, and I just think that although they're young and they're hungry, I think that they don't have enough talent to compete with us. But that's to say, like, Markelle Fultz, he's hooping. Paolo is hooping. Franz Wagner is hooping.
Yeah, they playing good basketball.
They playing good basketball, and I think this has all the tendencies to be a trap game. I say we eke it out though. And get both games of the back-to-back.
That's fair. That's fair. So, before I get started, I have to say that if any of y'all plan on being in Orlando on Thursday, March 25th, you can see you can see the Orlando Magic. Honestly, that's why we be packing these arenas. If you want to watch All-NBA Julius Randle, All-NBA Jalen Brunson, Rookie of the Year, Paolo Banchero, the up-and-coming Markelle Fultz. If you want to watch these people and you are in the Orlando area, you can for as low as $21. In 2023, where eggs cost $7. You can see the Orlando Magic play
a dozen
for 3 dozen eggs. Just pointing that out. If you just so happen to want to catch a game for $21. However, when you pay that $21, you will be watching the New York Knicks win this game. Yes. So I do have us winning this game.
Yes.
So, for starters, we are just a better basketball team.
We are.
We have more talent. We have more all-stars.
Way more
we
talent.
Have less bad players.
Way better at sport.
Yeah, we're just better at sport. Better coach. Yes. Better everything. 1 to 9, we are noticeably better. However,
it
is the second night of a back-to-back. However, it's a Wednesday, Thursday back-to-back. So, like, Wednesday night in Miami, the temptation is not as high as Saturday night in Miami. So I think right after the game, they go home and they go to sleep. Like, they get right on the play. I don't think that, there's going to be, like, the real hangover because it's Wednesday night. That's my theory. Because I think the only way we lose this game is if somebody on Orlando decides to be Taurean Prince. That could happen. It's the NBA. Any moment, anybody could just go 8 for 8 from 3.
Yes.
And literally not miss a shot over the course of a 48-minute game. However, I don't think that that's going to happen. I just think we're a better team. I do think we come off slow because regardless of how Miami goes, I think it's going to be a tough one. I don't see us blowing them out. I don't see them blowing us out. So I think that, it's going to take us a minute to get to form. But I just think if Josh Hart's playing, if Jalen Brunson's playing, we're going to make enough winning plays to win this game. I am 100% in agreement with you that this is a trap game. This game will be on NBA TV, which is usually nasty for us.
Nasty.
I don't like being on NBA TV. Only thing worse than NBA TV is TNT.
Yep.
Because they only have Reggie Miller to commentate games for some reason. No one else can do
Richard Jefferson.
And Richard Jefferson. Only them two. However, I think we win this game. And then, we go into the weekend 2-0 before we come back home to play Houston.
So
this is another scary one.
Yes, it is.
It's
mainly scary because it's on a recording day.
This is true.
That's mainly why it's scary. It's
true.
Also scary because it feels like a trap game. Houston's been playing better lately.
Yep.
Jalen Green has been cooking. Jabari Smith finally remembered how to play basketball. The basketball that he played in college when he was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick, but then Paolo became him.
But I remember that arc too, man.
Yeah, it was here. It was here.
He was definitely supposed to be.
Paolo's supposed to be a Houston Rocket, and he's not.
Yeah.
He's not because the Orlando Magic was like, wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a second. The streets was like Jabari Smith Jr.
Yes.
The Orlando Magic was like, I don't know about all that.
We've seen enough.
We seeing young Melo over here.
Yeah, we gonna rock out.
But they're playing well. It's at home. We have a better home record now. This is new to us.
Took a minute.
We are the 3rd best road team in basketball.
Still. I can't wait for game 1 in Cleveland.
So I think we're gonna win this game.
I got us winning it too.
We're gonna win this game.
We're just a better basketball team.
Yes. As you remember, the last time we played Houston, that was New Year's Eve. That ended the streak. 5 straight losses.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And we could not go into the new year.
Yeah. That would have been a terrible omen.
And I think we win this game. Well, I know we win this game. I'm not
about to play around.
I'm not even about to play around. I think this will probably be the last easiest game on our schedule. So we got to play. We can't play with the energy because we still got one more Miami game. We got a Cleveland game. We got 2 Pacers game and a Pelicans game. And we need most of those to.
This is our last game against a team that's playing for Wemby, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Like everybody else is playing for something, and we got to know that. We got to know that, we're getting their best punch, and we can't take this one for granted.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm right with you. I think we beat Houston just off the virtue of us being a better team. I do think them being a Wemby Bowl factors in. I don't know if they go as far as to sit anybody, but I could see them, not taking a chance with somebody if they nicked up or whatever. So it's a week away, so we don't know what the injury report's going to be, but I think a week from now we're going to be a much better team than Houston because nothing can happen in this week that would make me think they could win. I don't want any major injuries, but we would need several major injuries for me to favor them. So yeah, I got us going 3-0 this week. I feel good about it. The only one I'm a little worried about is Orlando. I would be very shocked if we had a letdown versus Miami. Just Brunson and Hart, they bring a level of, I won't say maturity, but a level of consistency to the game that, I trust they're going to give their A game. And if we get two of our better players to give good games, I don't think there's any way Orlando beats us. I don't think there's any way Houston beats us. And these are teams that just, they need Taurean Prince to shoot 8 for 8, and we still would have to blow it down the stretch.
Yeah.
So,
which we are capable of doing.
Which we could do. But I'm hoping we don't do it twice in 7 days.
We're more than capable.
So, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Knicks for clicks?
LOL Knicks.
I got nothing.
Oh, man, I got 2.
Yeah. So
this is the section where Knicks fans and Knicks haters say the darndest things.
The darndest. So, while you pulling it up, I was just going to let them know. So I've been selling. I can admit I've been slacking. So my real life has picked up drastically, and I have not been able to troll Knicks Twitter. So me not having anything, that's not me saying, y'all aren't saying craziness, because y'all are.
Y'all are.
It's just I don't have the time to consume the content that y'all are putting out there.
It's fine.
Because I know it's out there.
All right. So I'm starting. I got 2 for us, all right?
So
first I'm starting with @Knicks Snob, Knicks _Snob.
Yep.
Very prevalent on Knicks Twitter. He's pretty funny as a guy. So this is him reporting on the Knicks' frustration. He goes, according to Shams, Mitchell Robinson is frustrated with his role on the Knicks, and he believes he's much more of an offensive threat. And the report says Mitchell Robinson wants to join the Clippers this summer. Per the LA Times.
Why did they pick the Clippers?
So why I thought this was Knicks trolling, but he's actually someone on Knicks Twitter that creates content. He runs the Knicks _movement page on Instagram. And the Let's Go NY Knicks page on Instagram. So I don't know what to say.
Knicks for clicks for sure.
This is something that this is the epitome of the segment. Because when you really don't know what to say, it's like, wow.
You just make it up.
Yeah.
You just make it up. You press send tweet, and you just look in astonishment.
Yeah.
Like y'all really just put that out into the air.
Why the Clippers?
Who knows?
They don't got any more non-shooters on their team.
They want everybody.
He thinks Ty Lue is going to play him more than Tibbs going to play him. Is that what y'all trying to do? Nasty work. Stop giving the streets content for just to give us content.
Just for GP.
That's just nasty. All right, so now we got our second one here, and it comes from repeat Knicks for click offender. Knicks Muse, but it really comes from repeat Knicks for clicks offender Nick Wright. So Nick Wright on his television First Things First, that comes on Fox Sports, created what he calls Knicks players pyramid. So it is a pyramid of the top 55 players in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yes. Okay. So just to give you some credence, number 1 is Giannis. Number 55 is Kristaps Porzingis. So there are tiers here. So the row 46 to 55, it looks like you have Wiggins, Gordon, Aaron Gordon, Paolo Banchero, Jared Allen, Jamal Murray, Desmond Bane, Tyrese Maxey, Brook Lopez. But this is where it gets nuts, all right? So, of course, we have 2 Knicks in his 55. You got Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson in the row with Evan Mobley, Brandon Ingram, Klay Thompson, CP3, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach LaVine, and LaMelo Ball. Now, I was good. I was good with that, right? Me being me. And then I saw the people above me.
And that's what did it.
That's what did it for me, okay? So the tier above, you got Zion Williamson, Darius Garland, Chris Moody, DeMar DeRozan, God, Bradley Beal, Cat, McCall Bridges.
No.
McCall Bridges.
No.
McCall Bridges and Kyrie Irving. McCall Bridges and Kyrie Irving.
No.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. So we got the row above that, right? This is gonna get you angry. I love it. Oh man, we got Domantas Sabonis.
Okay.
PG-13.
Okay.
Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
Pascal Siakam.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Trae Young.
Nope. No.
Larry Marketing.
No. No.
And you guessed it, Tyrese Halliburton.
I saw that. Nasty. So I don't get. So the like recency bias makes no sense to me. How like Lauri Markkanen could be absolutely trash for years. Like he was like I like Lauri. He had a little jump shot. Like he was a solid stretch for. I'm not gonna say he was like out of the league bad.
He had a little jump shot.
He was good. He was like a knockoff for Zingers for a bit. But like he was aggressively mid. Like he was not, the goods. My guy has one good season. He hasn't a good season. I give him that. He's having a really good season. Flowers.
All-star caliber.
However, I believe Jalen Brunson is having a better season. 1. So I think Jalen Brunson is just better than Lauri Markkanen. That's 1. 2, also have been doing it for 1 season, but he doesn't get put at that Lauri level. 1. 2, Julius Randle, this is his second of those seasons.
Yes, it is.
He's done the same thing Lauri did, but with winning. And it doesn't matter at all. But Lauri does it in Utah with 8 people watching the game, paying $14 each.
Yes.
And now he's, on the same tier with Pascal Siakam and Bam Adebayo, people that have, won games in the NBA Finals. Where it's like, how?
Yes.
And then Tyrese Halliburton has done less than Lauri. He did less. He has done less. He at least wasn't terrible last year. He was a good basketball player last year, and this year he's a better basketball player. He is not there. He's not there yet.
So just to put things into perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
You told me that Jalen Brunson is 3rd team All NBA.
Yes.
And Julius Randle is 2nd team All NBA.
Yes.
By Knicks player pyramid, it is telling me that Jalen Brunson has at least the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Nope.
13, 14.
Nope.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19th, 20th, 21st. It is telling me that Jalen Brunson is the 23rd best guard in the NBA. That is what he's saying.
He's not even the best guard in New York. They got old boy from Jersey over him. Nasty. But yeah, no, this is why we can't this is why I want to get good with Photoshop. Cause you make a graphic like this and then people start taking you seriously. And the graphic just displays trash neatly.
Nothing. Very neat trash.
Very neat trash. And it's like, this is still trash. But that's how they get away with it in this league.
So that's nasty work. I thought that was something that would be fun to discuss.
Yes.
And it was.
They make me feel like a hater.
You are a hater.
But they the haters.
But yeah. 3-0 week. We need it.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you guys once again tuning in to the Upstate Knicks pod.
Yes, yes.
We are the UKB boys.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Do quick shout outs, obviously. Podcast produced by Smooth Family Entertainment at Smooth Family ENT. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram. Also, be sure to follow both of us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere. You can find me at MoBreezy213. Guru, where they can find you at?
At Frostman Guru, that's me.
At Frostman Guru, follow him. But yes, thank y'all for tuning into another episode of the Upstate New York Knicks podcast. Remember, they can take you out the city, but the garden is in your heart forever.
And ever and ever.
Thank y'all again. Go Knicks. Let's go.
Let's go.